All right, all right. Oh, hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic dinosaur action. Got leftover McDonald's French fries and a McChicken, which I may not attempt tonight, but tonight is, well, kind of all about this new Yrga card from Bloomborough. A pretty painful sort of new combo spin on food, sacrificing the Cauldron Familiar to itself, because Yrga makes all other creatures foods. So the Cauldron Familiar, you can sacrifice a food to bring it back from the graveyard. So if one is in the graveyard and one is out, you just get to cycle them and you drain your opponent right there at instant speed. It's not fun. Very, very painful. However, I have Pithing Needle to turn off the activated abilities of the Cauldron Familiar. The Cauldron Familiar gains the ability to sacrifice itself because it's a food. So if we name Pithing Needle, perfect. They can't do that. And perhaps shutting down other parts of that particular deck. We're going to gobble them up just as I'm gobbling French fries and... Alright. Well, good stuff, good stuff. Okay. And if you haven't joined the Discord, definitely do so. I am having a bit of a holiday coming up for about a week or so, something like that. I'm going to try and record some matches, possibly standalone matches as I can. See if there's some good examples or sort of mini deck tech videos. Schedule them for the following week as much as I possibly can. I'm not taking a break from Magic the Gathering. I'm playing it as much as possible. It's just where I'm going to be. The internet is not as good as where I am right now. But yes, Yrga. Gonna defeat it. We name Cauldron Familiar. It can't sacrifice itself if it's a food. And just so much else in that deck is activated abilities. This should shut them down quite a bit. Very, very lovely. Some of the enchantment classes, those are activated abilities. Keep in mind, if I can find it, I forget the name of it. I'm going to search it up here. Oh boy, it's going to be scary. I do hope we face it tonight. That would be quite nice indeed. Okay. There it is. Yeah. Oh, I had one already. Scavenger's Talent. This seems to be a popular addition to that Golgari black and green Yrga deck. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, target player mills 2 cards. So if they're cycling things, they can make me mill stuff. Very, very painful. They could perhaps have other classes, but I just wanted to highlight the level up part. If we named Scavenger's Talent, they could never level up, getting to that level 2 or that level 3, which is pretty fantastic stuff. You might not have figured that, an enchantment has an activated ability. That is, and hello, 5 ways. Hopefully all is well with you and everybody else watching right now. Later on, we're going to be gobbling up that cat. Should probably look at the cat as well. That one? Huh. Mythic Rare, I guess. Wonder why it's not showing. Oh, that's okay. It's Mythic Rare. Alright, there we go. The thumbnail's sake. Ooh, the scary, scary, scary stuff. I love that art. Absolutely fantastic. But the ward, sacrifice of food. Now that does make me feel a little bit scared. If I don't have any creatures out, chances are that's going to be the case, as it is with Stampede Dinos. And if you're wondering how it works, I go into major detail in the description. There's a guide. But Ghalta, massive trample, and that is a pretty big thing. Pretty much all the dinosaurs and most of the creatures I have trample. So all the little creatures in this Yrga, I don't know. I read it as Yrga. I'm going to go with that. Eater of all deck. They're tiny. we would just plow right through it as we usually do. And I have heard tell that this particular food sacrifice deck is, well, it's slower than some of the other stuff. Vein Ripper, Vampires, and whatnot. Oh, JDX, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. I didn't get a chance to listen to that. I could possibly just listen to it as I add the chapters for the stream tonight, but I definitely want to record. Try and pre-record for the week coming up. Oh, Mono Black. Mono Black is good. I think Gruul, or I guess 4-color Dinosaurs, is the best. Gruul Dinosaurs can be pretty good, but in Standard, they definitely got quite a bit better with some of the Bloomburrow things. Oh, otherwise, nothing too crazy. I had 4 spots kind of free, so I filled them with Leyline of Sanctity because I wasn't particularly wanting too much else. We faced off against a lot of black stuff last night, and Leyline making it so the opponent cannot target us. Good, then we don't have to worry. Shieldred isn't too much of a problem, but if it sticks and you don't remove Shieldred the Apocalypse right away, the value just gets so incredibly out of control, likely synergizing with what the Shieldred player has, sacrificing blood tokens, drawing cards, gaining even more life, drawing more above and beyond the one that they do each turn. One for their turn, yeah. I thought Shieldred the Apocalypse probably would go down in price by now, but that is definitely not the case. Oh, and also 3 Galarbs. I love saying that name. I want to try it more. I want to see it more. A fantastic package, as I mentioned last night. That's going to do the trick. Man, lovely stuff. Hopefully we see it a little bit more. We'll jump right into the matches, and we'll see if I attempt this junior chicken. McChicken that I got right beside me. Hopefully all the glitches are fixed. I saw an update got pushed out to Arena just this evening, I believe, and it seems like it's cleared stuff up, which would be good. Desolator Magic. Okay. I don't know if I would go that far. I think people just maybe naturally gravitate towards the black color just because they got tons of removal, fantastic pieces, but maybe if people would perhaps, give other stuff a chance and try and figure out how best to defeat black, it would knock them down a peg, maybe equalize things a little bit, figure out a different way. But of course, why wouldn't you default to playing mono black? And it is good. No, I wouldn't go that far. No. Not quite. Agree to disagree. Yeah. Hey, at least they're making dinosaur stuff and they're supporting the game that I love to play all the time. Do I want to risk that? Kind of. Now, okay, that's quite a bit better, I would say. Send Carnage Tyrant to the bottom. I want to preserve Ghalta, absolutely. Oh boy, maybe this is Amalia. Oh, it's okay. Oh boy. Hashtag pre-recorded. Rough. This could be a little rough. Well, we'll grab Sunken Citadel, and maybe the Amalia opponent doesn't kill us. They could. Playing a land, something that gains life for 1, plus the Wild Growth Walker. Okay. Wild Growth Walker. Okay. We died. There's nothing you're gonna do. I had played 2 lands. Excuse me, Amalia doesn't always do that. They need 3 cards plus 3 lands, 3-ish lands. Yeah. I definitely think there is quite a few things you can do, and definitely with Bloomburrow, all those little creatures, the rats and the squirrels, they have, it's gotten better. However, Amalia, yeah, I guess we'll keep it like that. will hope to pop off. I just honestly have never really faced Amalia for such a long time. So I figure, I'll pick up some wins potentially because they don't get to do their thing, even though the Amalia game plan is very consistent. Yeah. It's going to be something. It is a fantastic hand against pretty much anything. Tons of ramp. We're going to get there. Maybe. Definitely getting that Sunken Citadel. Even though I could play Glarb, Calamity's Augur next turn, I want the Sunken. I want to try and get ahead as fast as humanly possible. Yeah. Maybe in the Discord or something. Perhaps I should make another thread. If you're not joined to the Discord and you like it, you like using Discord, definitely consider doing so. But what was I saying? Yeah, maybe a section for debating the highs and lows and improvements potentially that Magic the Gathering could make. But again, yeah, you haven't okay, well, you got to rejoin or join. Oh, okay, Vaultborn is unfortunate. Just I was actually thinking of bringing in Leyline of Sanctity, which would have protected us against the Deep Cavern Bat and Thoughtseize there. We wouldn't have lost much. But the opponent could be dead. If we get a land next turn that enters untapped, we should have lethal, I believe. I don't know if that still works, no. Beseju. Oh, they got Beseju. I think. Maybe. Well, we'll tap for green and we'll cycle the Zagoth Triome. I could have maybe played it, but I want to make use of Castle Garenbrig there, and we'll play the other Patchwork Banner. We'll hope we draw Castle Garenbrig. That would be certainly lovely. Lovely stuff. Yeah, that's just too bad. Oh, we're so close to dead. Yeah, if we get a Castle Garenbrig, we'll get him. Got to find something soon, because they'll just beat us up with all those little creatures. A Regisaur Alpha does seem quite nice indeed. The Regisaur and the token are quite powerful. 6/6 and a 5/5. Hold them back just to, well, maybe deter a little bit of aggression from the opponent. Glarb would be fantastic if the Deep Cavern Bat just hadn't stolen it. Oh, okay, I think we got him. We might have him. Archdruce to grab Castle Garenbrig if, by chance, they don't do their thing this turn. This will be good. Don't have another Beseju. Don't do it. Now, they could have a instant speed ability to get Amalia, Court of Calling. A very real possibility. But hopefully not. Oh boy. Oh, and another forest. Well, that's a little unfortunate. That's all right. Everybody's big and massive, and I think we might be able to do it. Hopefully they don't have removal for Ghalta. Okay. Yeah, they did the thing, and that's how she goes. We didn't have life gain hate, and hey, at least I said what would happen. Oh. Maybe we'll face it twice in a row tonight. Just my luck. I'm surprised I don't face it more, but that just could go down to variance for sure. It is one of the top decks in Explorer or Pioneer. Mm-hmm. 100%. Chaos Gaming, Patchwork Banner. Oh, fantastic. Choosing Dinosaur, powering them up +1/+1, and tapping for a man of any color. Absolutely. Absolutely lovely. And yes, JDX, the Discord link does work. And Chaos Gaming, Glarb, Calamity's Augur, or Calamity Augur. Lovely. Very nice to increase the consistency of this whenever, well, I can cast creature spells with mana value 4 or greater off the top, and I can surveil 2 to dig for big stuff, and I can play lands off the top. So that package just all together, oh, it's lovely. It's lovely. There's nothing else quite like the package of Glarb, Calamity's Augur. That's for sure. Yes, definitely JDX. And sometimes I think that catches people. I don't think everybody always expands the menu on the description, and you miss out on some pretty good stuff. You might miss out on the description itself, and well, you don't want to do that. It looks like we have Temur Otters. This is perhaps a little bit scary. Hands seem pretty reasonable, either drawing a Sylvan Scrying or an Archdruid's Charm, I hope. Or a Castle Garenbrig. That would be perfect. Ooh, not another Ghalta. That's how it goes sometimes, unfortunately. Okay. I guess it does make sense. We have Temur Phoenix, focusing on Kitsa, Otterball, Elite, as a way to discard a card, get a Phoenix into the graveyard, just with its fantastic ability. Oh, I don't like the sounds of this. This is going to get out of control real quick, and I do imagine they're going to be able to cast at least 3 instant or sorceries. Oof. Rough stuff. Oh, well, that's good. Good-ish. Yeah, nothing. Well, that might be about it. I think there could be a very real possibility that the opponent is able to just simply kill us this turn with all the Arclight Phoenixes that they're about to get out of the graveyard.
Dang! Oh!
Oh, well, it's gonna happen. Maybe not. Oh, the good old treasure cruise. Okay. Yeah, that's not happening. With Prof's Addictic Memory, they were about to put a whole lot of stuff, whole lot of counters onto one creature. Painful. Do I like Glarb? I kind of like Glarb, but I'm pretty sure it's going to get killed. Lovely guy. Pithing Needle, I kind of like. Kind of like Tranquil Throwback as well. Perhaps this is just a scarier... no Pithing Needle. A scarier variation of Phoenix. Of course, even if you feel good against a particular deck, sometimes you just go down. I'm going to keep Glarb though. I'm going to default to the fact that I do feel good against this style of deck and feel it out. The first time facing off against this updated version, if it is a version that sticks around, it becomes more common. Now, I'll figure out something to do against it if I need to. But that hand, that's good. That's what I want to see. Commune digging for whatever is best. Regisaur will send to the bottom. Could be countered and killed. Excuse me, quite easily. Ooh. Kind of tempted for the Cavern of Souls, but we need to maintain 3 sources of green for Archdruid's Charm. Hopefully grabbing... Okay, I do think there's going to be a Spell Pierce, but we have to set up. We have to try. Oh, shoot. Okay. All right. Oh, well, thank you very much. Beautiful. That's like, it's about as perfect as you could get. Hopefully I get to play Vaultborn Tyrant next turn. At the very least, I can play Carnage Tyrant and the opponent cannot stop it. I hope it's... Oh, another Profs. That's pretty good for the opponent. Perhaps this particular opponent has a bunch of them, but, well, it's going to be at least 2 counters on the Ledger Shredder from Profs. I think we'll be hit for 4. Oh, 3. Okay, wow, that's also pretty good. We'll play that. Vaultborn would have been pretty lovely stuff, though. Buying us a little bit of time. I imagine they might hold the Ledger Shredder back. It's about to go to 6 power, so it could potentially trade with the Carnage Tyrant, but we're at 15 and, well, it's going to be very big. Well, it would make sense if the opponent was not scared. I only have a Carnage Tyrant out and we're going to be pretty low. Very low. Five. Oh, okay, yeah. 14. That tends to do the trick. 2 fast matches to start off the night. That's just how she goes sometimes. Now I'm quite interested. Facing off against Amalia, explore combo that I don't often face for whatever reason, and then this new splashy spin on Phoenix. Nothing too crazy there, Profs. If they get it early on a Ledger Shredder, you got to be pretty scared about that. Pick your poison would be quite nice to help against it, though, for sure. Hopefully I face off against Azorius Control. That was pretty nice last night, but it's definitely far away from the most popular deck. Big time. Liliana Dinos tonight? Well, perhaps JDX. We'll see how the night goes. Overall, how I feel. And speaking of black, rough stuff. We're going to lose Patchwork Banner to that dastardly Thoughtseize. I'm probably going to be bringing in you-know-what, Leyline of Sanctity, to give myself hexproof and stop all this funny business.
Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
Bazinga!
Oh, and dress for Arcturids. Okay. I'm hoping I eviscerate this opponent. I'm gonna rip him a new one. Oh, you watch out. I'm gonna get you. Most of your deck is gonna do basically nothing. Nice that we can play Glarb. I bet it's countered or killed. It's almost guaranteed. It's basically guaranteed that Glarb is gonna go down to something. Oh, okay. Drowning. Well, we may get there. Again, we gotta stay positive. I've done it before where I've persevered. Soaring Thought Thief. Okay, so we got Dimir Rogue discard. That is a little bit worrisome because they have some pretty fantastic creatures, and Arcturids Charm. Good stuff. I was actually going to draw a Sunken Citadel. I think it's kind of like 4-color Dinos JDX, because I do have the red for the Regisaur Alpha or Palani's Hatcher, but yes, I think it is almost as crazy as Liliana. Big time. We'll see how it goes. Tyrranax Rex next turn. They've gone through 2 Thought Seizes and a Duress. Oh, Sorin and Vein Ripper. Okay, that's not too bad. It's actually quite reasonable. We'll be taking out Sorin next turn for sure. That goes without saying. Hopefully it slows down the opponent. Imagine Tyrranax Rex is probably going to be sacrificed, but maybe not. They can't target him, which is very good. They would need a total of 6 mana. They probably have a piece of removal for 2, and they only have 4 mana right now. Yeah, in before sacrifice. That's not sacrifice. Learning a lot. Squad Painter, I appreciate that. That's good. There's a lot to learn. Absolutely. Happy to provide a nice outlet. I'm just happy with what I've sort of curated and built and will continue to build. I love doing it. 100%. I don't actually do it as much as I want, but well, we'll get there one day, I hope. I'm doing it more live streams in the morning. Perhaps that's always been the dream, but for now this is going to be a pretty good stand-in, and there's a lot of live streams to catch up on Squad Painter. Well, you don't have to, because it wasn't always Stampede Dinosaurs, but it's definitely my favorite way to play them. I think it all depends who gets you into the game, GDX, absolutely. Standard could be a little bit rough, but if you're a person who naturally just wants to persevere, find the best way to beat something, or how to get better with whatever deck you're playing, it could be good. And even if it's painful, some people, they might not mind the pain, and they might not like EDH. You know, a more focused setting, one-on-one, trying to get the job done that way, as I may be doing here. Oh, Sorin, oh gee, how, oh man. I don't know, I might try that, Thunderblade, absolutely. Oh shucks. Oh look, they threw everything they could at me and then they died. Oh, beautiful stuff indeed. That's what you get, bud. That's what you get. That's what it's all about.
Ruthless aggression. Good Lord, what is happening in there?
Oh, my goodness. I don't know how those two clips switched up work. I think it still works pretty good. The Ruthless Aggression first, followed by the Steamed Hams. I tried the perfect time. I don't know if the Steamed Hams was... I think Ruthless Aggression has to happen first, and that was Ruthless. But you know what situations you might win if you're using this? You would win in a lot. That's what it's all about. Don't maybe win in some cases. Know with confidence that you'll probably win in such a wide variety. The opponent has a few creatures. You're going to plow right through that. So you can kind of ignore what they're doing. Not have to be too worried. However, I did just win against a deck with a lot of discard stuff. And it brings me back to the point, how much do I need Leyline of Sanctity if I'm getting wins against this type of idea? But we'll bring it in because I have it Glarb either countered or killed. That's a pretty easy thing to remove, and if we get Leyline of Sanctity in the opening hand, that is going to be pretty sweet. Very sweet. Okay. Practice does make perfect. Practice makes better, I guess. Oh yeah, 100% JDX. If you're playing a Leyline, you want to see it in your opening hand. And the best way to do that is by having 4 copies. There you go. Perfect. We are looking at 6 green mana. We have a Sunken and a Castle. Sylvan is going to grab the second Sunken, put it on. 2 Sunkens plus Castle Garenbrig, 6 green. This is mean. Oh boy. Oh, Squad Painter just for you. Maybe you're the lucky charm tonight. All of you guys are the lucky charms. Hopefully. Watch them just play a bunch of creatures and beat me up. I would have liked that forest that they... Oh. Well, that's... Okay. Sunken for the turn. It always enters tapped, and hopefully we get to go off with Sylvan Scrying. But that is a fair bit of damage from the opponent. We don't have too many more turns. I think we get there. They could have a counter spell, keep in mind, and yeah, we just may die from the aggression. Yeah, we grab Cavern of Souls. We play Castle Garenbrig this turn, and now we have Cavern to protect against Drown in the Lock and whatnot. A board wipe, JDX, could be a very good thing, and hopefully it's not Vein Ripper. Good. Phew. Well. I'm going to play Regisaur Alpha. See if that can potentially buy enough time to win. I don't think it's the case, but I have 2 blockers. And if I draw a land next turn that enters untapped, I could play Ghalta. That's the best possible thing I could have done. Otherwise, we would have definitely been dead. Pretty sure we're dead. Okay. Vadmir, not much of a problem. Okay, fine by me. I hope. Or Sorin, they play another copy, sacrifice a vampire, deal 3 damage right to us, then we're definitely dead. Ugh. Oh boy. Ashiok, not too much trouble. If I draw forest, they're dead. Oh, so close. Man. Okay, let's go cat. Well, technically we're not dead yet. We have Regisaur, 2 creatures to... No, Sorin. There's Sorin, -3. Oh, it's a +1. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure that's it. Oh, if only one of those lands was a forest, we would have won. Ooh, that was crazy. They might have taken all the discard out, possibly. Oh, what? What's going on? Whoa. Okay. Okay, I like the looks of this.
Good Lord, what is happening in there?
I think that clip is also applicable because what's happening here? I don't know. Well, we'll take out Sorin and interesting. Play it safe. I like that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. We're at 2. I'm worried about Menace from Hive of the Eye Tyrant and that sort of thing. Maybe. Or they have Shieldred. Oh boy. Oh boy. Thought they might have removal for Ghalta. I was a little bit worried about that. Drowned in the Loch, not too bad. Not too bad. Patchwork Banner next turn, pumping everybody up. Oh, okay. That's hilarious. I can play Carnage Tyrant by tapping 3 lands. And hopefully Patchwork Banner doesn't get countered. It doesn't. And we got him. We got him big time. Oh, that's what it's all about. They must be discard. I wish the opponent revealed their hand and... Oh man, that would be sweet. I don't think it reveals. Beautiful. It's kind of why I miss playing in paper. I hope to go into paper at some point again. I did before. I don't know if you can see with the replay JDX. Easy Thunderblade, yes, down to 2. As long as you don't die, the opponents will. So, like I mentioned, stay positive. Might be able to get the job done. Just, we got fortunate that Sorin didn't do the thing. For whatever reason, they didn't activate it. Actually, they never had a vampire. Come to think of it. The other +1, you may sacrifice a vampire. When you do, it deals 3 damage to any target. Okay, so I just assumed Thieves Guild Enforcer was a vampire and Sorin could +1. That's why they didn't. And, alright. Actually, never mind. Sorin could not have even targeted me. I had Leyline of Sanctity out. Sometimes I forget about Planeswalkers' loyalty abilities. Liliana of the Veil, JDX. They can't make me sacrifice a creature. I think it's -2. Target player sacrifices a creature, they can't target me. Liliana of the Veil's ultimate, separating all permanents I control into 2 piles. And I choose which run to sacrifice. They can't do that because they can't target me. But yes, we did turn off Sorin's +1, one of them, to deal 3 damage, and there you go. There you go. Stay positive. There's the tip. But of course it could be perhaps a little hard to stay positive if you're new with any particular deck, but also if you know its potential. There's nothing too big and scary that could just completely turn the tides. When you're playing something with a lot of big creatures, there's always a chance you could top deck it. Maybe that creature has haste, hopefully it does, and then all of a sudden, poof, the pace changes, or you win because you just slam down Ghalta. Everybody's hasty, or if they don't, the opponent could remove the single Palani's Hatcher or Regisaur Alpha, giving all the other dinos haste. You don't get to attack, but you still have a pretty big board for the next turn. No. That's alright. I like taking them down, and speaking of taking opponents down, this hand is... It's perfect. In my mind. We have a Sunken Castle and a Zagoth Triome. Absolutely beautiful. And now it could have been Zagoth. first and then Castle Garenbrig, we would have... Oh, something else black. Oh. Huh. I think it's going to be... Okay, Sylvan Scrying. This looks like Rakdos Vampires, potentially. Hopefully Archdruid's Charm sticks around and, well, would be good. Oh, okay. The first time seeing the infamous Cruel Claw. Not so infamous yet because it's a brand new card from Bloomborough, but yes, it does never end. We'll look at the infamous Cruel Claw for a little bit here. What does it do? Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile cards from the top of their own library. Until they exile a non-land, they may cast that card by discarding a card rather than paying its mana cost. So they could play something big. I don't like the looks of this. Oh boy, we're going to have to hope the hit on them is, or on it is not too crazy. Kind of want to grab Ghalta. I'm tempted to get Ghalta, but I think we'll play it safe. Get another Sunken, choose blue, so we could play Glarb. That might make all the difference. I do love that art for Cruel Claw, though. I imagine it would be pretty fantastic in... Well, that's not too much of a problem, but pretty fantastic in paper. Yeah. All those fireworks around it. Foil. Good in foil. Not too much the opponent can do. If we get a Ghalta, they may be dead. That would be pretty sweet. Okay, at the very least, we get to play Glarb. Well, we could play Carnage Tyrant, but I really want to play Glarb. I want to get to Ghalta faster, and Glarb is going to achieve that. Hopefully the pull... Okay, well, Glarb is not. That is the drawback of just playing some creatures that, well, they're small. Sometimes they just die and you don't get too much of a... Oh, they... Okay, yeah, that's... That tends to do the trick. That, and that will do the trick. Huh. Okay. Could have been good if they didn't get the Vein Ripper, but... Is this a new and more painful spin on Rakdos Vampires? Is the infamous Cruel Claw just an elevation of that, perhaps? I mean, it certainly got them the Vein Ripper, which is very scary, but it's not like it gets them anything specific. It's just exiling cards until they exile a non-land card. It could very possibly be a Preacher that they exile. It could be... Well, there's probably some pretty fantastic hits. It's probably mostly a Preacher or a Vein Ripper. Focusing on that and having, you know, maybe not too many other non-land cards. But do I like Leyline of Sanctity? I kinda do. Glarb, as we saw, I played it and he died. Sadly. But again, I still think this is pretty much the best general package. It's not like I'm always going to face an opponent with black and a ton of removal. I mean, there's a pretty high chance of that happening, but I would want to start off with the best overall general thing that my deck could do, and Glarb would likely help me achieve that. There could be better things for consistency's sake, doing things in a different way, but excuse me, searching and digging, that is really what I'm looking for. Oh, and that is a hand I'm looking for. I'm going to keep it. I don't have to mulligan. I at least get a Leyline down. I just happen to get two. We need a Zagoth Triome. We need lands at this point. Was kind of tempting to maybe grab Tyrranax Rex. Oh, Patchwork Banner. I love that as well. A Sylvan Scrying, though, going to grab, and we're going to put a Sunken out. Hopefully they don't get turn 3 Vein Ripper. That could just happen, as it sometimes does. Next turn, though, I don't know. I might go with Sylvan Scrying. We'll see. See what we draw if it is Ghalta. Want to get to 8 mana as soon as possible. Huh? Okay, well, let's see what happens. Let's not get too flustered. All right. Then we use the mana, grab a land, and we will be able to make 8 next turn. If we draw Ghalta, the only thing we put out is Tyrranax Rex, unfortunately. That does tend to do the trick. That's going to be it. I'm just kind of curious if we draw Ghalta. Oh, Shieldred. Oh, yes. Okay. Pretty quick matches all around, and we'll get them next time. But it is nice, I must admit, to see some of these new cards. I guess the glitches and whatnot kind of turned people off of Arena yesterday, but now that they're fixed, all that new stuff is coming out of the woodwork. Got all the things, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh, this opponent is not on black, and we got a perfect hand. Absolutely. Another Sylvan Scrying. We're going to grab another Sunken, play that as our land next turn, and the opponent's going to be rough. Turning into a pumpkin. All right, absolutely. Thanks for watching, Squad Painter, and yeah, we'll catch you next time. Technically, we need a forest. Technically not. I want Palani's Hatcher. I want to make the Ghalta turn even better. Yeah. I could have guaranteed that I would get to 8. Technically, I will with Patchwork Banner, but this is really where it's at. Now, yeah, I want Vaultborn Tyrant. I want the card draw. They could have Leyline Binding and whatnot, but I want to draw into a land. I could have played Patchwork, which would have been the extra mana that I need. Maybe it would have gotten Leyline Binding. Perhaps. I'd be surprised if they don't search for Elesh Norn, Mother of Machines. Oh my goodness, as I said it. Never seen this card before in my life. Does turn off creatures from triggering enter the battlefield effects, unfortunately. However, Commune, we're going to dig for our land for the turn, I hope. Crossing my fingers. Good stuff. Still get to play Tyrranax Rex, and I still get to make the opponent squirm at the very least. This is what it's all about. I don't draw a card, sadly, but we attack him. If I'd attacked with Vaultborn Tyrant, chances are Elesh Norn would have just blocked it. She has 7 toughness and Vaultborn Tyrant has 6. They just would have stared at each other a little bit. If we can connect with the second Tyrranax Rex next turn, that would be pretty devastating. Taking the opponent down just by poison counters, but ooh, Tolsimir, that's not a pretty sight. Archdruid's Charm would be quite lovely. Man, that's a lot of life. A lot of fighting. And again, sadly, stopping the triggered ability, the enter the battlefield effect. They can't attack with anybody though. They shouldn't. Yeah, just play another. What you gonna do? Aw, shoot. Elesh Norn probably has to block. They can't take... They have to completely block one T-Rex. If both get through with a little bit of damage, they're dead. The poison counters go too high. Which is good. Don't... Oh! It was a trap, absolutely. It's not often that you get the toxic poison counter kill, but when you do, that feels extra good. It surprises opponents. This particular one is not going to make that mistake again. Poison for the win. However, we took him down game 1, and I have back to nature. I was facing enchantment-based decks like this. 5-color Fires of Invention, cheating out a bunch of stuff. Now we get to stop that from happening, I hope. And that animation too, 5 ways. It's not like everything in this game has cool animation. Some have none at all, which I think they should go back to. Definitely. Glarb though, we have 3 copies of that. Switch it out for Back to Nature, add 3 copies, and call it a day. Yeah, they definitely did not Thunderblade. This is basically the same deck, Heaven. I trimmed 1 Commune with Dinosaurs, and I redeemed a Mythic Rare wildcard to add, the 3rd copy of Glarb, and then I trimmed... What did I trim from the sideboard? Anyway, I made space for Leyline of Sanctity. However, I wouldn't be doing a whole lot if I kept that hand. Maybe if one of these was a Castle Garenbrig, I might try it. Commune digging for a Sunken, and pretty soon we would get there. This one, definitely better. Certainly send the Regisaur to the bottom. Regisaur and Palani's Hatcher are, mostly the same, but usually I default to Palani's just because it's more bodies than one. More chump blockers in one, you could say. Okay, I'm liking this. Commune, either we get a Sunken or a Castle Garenbrig. Okay. Excuse me. No Sunken or Castle, but definitely like seeing a Vaultborn. What that means, though, I play the Forest and also play Commune to get another Sunken. There we go. Lovely stuff. I am a little bit sad I haven't seen a Castle Garenbrig yet. There's a very good chance 1 copy of Castle should have been in those 10 cards that I just saw. How many Archdruids and Sylvan Scryings did I pass? Ooh, 2 to the bottom. That could be problematic. I don't use that one, Heaven. I could, pretty reasonably. I have a lot of big dinosaurs naturally, so that would make a lot of sense. Hopefully I get Back to Nature coming up. This would be the perfect moment for it. I would take out all their enchantments, and they wouldn't be doing a whole lot. Oh, and I even have the 2 mana. Beautiful. Oh, if I drew it there, would have been extra good. Well, as long as they don't get Elish Norn. If they do, we're not going to do a whole lot, but it helped them the previous game, so I think they're going to prioritize Elish Norn. Just a little unfortunate we haven't seen one of the 3 Back to Natures. I don't think I sent it to the bottom with Commune. No, good. They're going to get something nasty, that's for sure. I don't know. It's hard to say. The 2-3 haste, maybe. Yeah, no, we're not winning this one. Okay, we have the 3 Back to Natures to completely stop them. We just hope we see it. It could be Tranquil Throwback as well, but Elish Norn turns that off if they get it. But yeah, it's hard to say. Triumphant Chomp, always dealing damage a minimum of 2, even if you don't have a dinosaur, could be good. It's Quinth. Pretty sure that's how you say it, but you need something out already for it to do a bunch of damage. Or if it is itself, I'm pretty sure it can use itself to deal a little bit as well. But that's not a whole lot, just 2 damage. Doesn't really pack a punch. But it's definitely a very interesting ability. Something I certainly could make work. Well, and I'm sure I'll try it again at some point. This is looking pretty scary for the opponent, though. If I can stick a Carnage Tyrant, that is going to be... Oh, a Sunken. Okay. Oh, boy. I'm just going to play nothing. And I don't want something good for Leyline of Sanctity to exile. That's what I'm getting at. That's okay. Play Enigmatic Incarnation, do it. Archdruid is going to exile it. Or not. We're going to grab Ghalta. We can make 7 at the moment. If I draw a land that enters untapped, they're dead. As it's happened before. They're dead. Look at that. Smoked.
As many style points as you can produce. Whoa! My goodness!
Ooh. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. Kind of interesting. Oh, how did I win the... Oh, it was the Tyrranax Rexes. I thought that was the second game of the match. Okay. Okay, yeah. I'm liking this. Oh yeah, absolutely heaven, and that is a very good point. I've made it a bit before, but dinosaurs can be played in quite a few different ways. But one card that's good for one variation, one idea, it's Quinth, might not make a lot of sense for this. I certainly don't feel I need too much interaction. Sometimes it does help, and I would win if I had a bit. But for the most part, I just like to do what I'm doing because it can be so devastating to many opponents. If I do my thing, chances are the opponent is probably dead on the spot, and I love that fact. Yeah, so no interaction. I already have interaction, heaven, and many of you know the best interaction. That's with the opponent's face, bashing them in, taking them to 0 or less than 0, because it is so ruthless. That's a fantastic hand. You might not think so, but look, Commune is going to get the second land. Sylvan. Perfect. Should be. I do sometimes sweepers, but I've kind of felt like I'll move. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, too much carbonation. Sometimes the sweepers work, but if I want a sweeper, I might want even more than 4 copies, because even with 4, I don't really see it all that much, unfortunately. It's not so fun. I will still go with Sunken. It always enters tapped. I didn't have any use for the 1 mana if I had chosen Castle Garenbrig instead. Duress is a little bit rough. Hopefully the other Sylvan Scrying stays there, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. But yeah, mostly with the sweeper, just try and execute on my game plan faster, better. And then in that way, I'll take down the aggro opponent, and well, we'll see. If Field of Ruin doesn't take out Sunken, they will die. They have to take out a Sunken Citadel with Field of Ruin. There is nothing else other than discard, I guess. Go blank. Okay. They died. Did they not do the math? They goofed up. They goofed up.
You won! You did it!
But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrificed?
Well, they have removal for Ghalta, but I still have it enter the battlefield trigger. I still get to put down Regisaur Alpha and Palani's Hatcher, so that's what you want. Hopefully they don't have a sweeper. It might not be good game just yet, but it is still pretty ruthless aggression. Oh boy. Yeah. But yeah, heaven. Don't use sweepers just because it might take away from this game plan, depending what I have to remove to make place for the Four Brotherhoods End, Anger of the Gods, Storm's Wrath, all of that stuff. The classic Anger of the Gods and Brotherhood's End that you guys know, many of you know. What would make sense to take that out that it wouldn't hurt the game plan? Glarb, Calamity's Augur, like I mentioned, just the overall thing to elevate consistency. This could be a pretty good case to remove and bring it in, and yeah. Oh, absolutely Thunderblade. And definitely that is how I get wins. I absolutely, just because it's not familiar. The opponent doesn't quite understand what they absolutely have to do. But that probably won't always last. Definitely as I increase in the ranks, they put 2 and 2 together. They see Castle Garenbrig. They see what's in my hand, which was quite surprising. They had revealed it. They knew what I could potentially play, but I guess they didn't really bother to read the lands that I had out. Yeah, I don't expect them to make that mistake again. Learned about it from Commander Crane. Good stuff. I'm glad to prove people wrong, and sometimes it is a hard sell, I must admit. Showing them the list and they think it only focuses on Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. Oh, a deck where that's its main plan, it would never work. It's never going to be viable or competitively viable. That's not the case. You just play Carnage Tyrant before Ghalta. Eventually you play Ghalta and you definitely win. But I've said it many times before, the plan B is basically a plan A because it's good stuff. Leyline is good. Well, yeah, mulligan ones. Okay. That's kind of a keeper. Kind of. Doesn't have Leyline but a Sunken. One more. Ooh, okay, one more. Okay, well, we got 2. I have done this before, technically. It might happen. Oh boy. We do have a Sylvan Scrying. That could make all the difference. If we draw another Sunken or any other land, we're going to get to the 3rd one. Very, very nice indeed. Oh, looky there. How many cards did I mulligan to? They might get Field of Ruin, but at the very least, I get to go Archdruids next turn. Hopefully they don't play Field of Ruin. This is what it's all about. We'll wait for Archdruids. We'll see if Field of Ruin takes out Castle Garenbrig, and then, okay, well, Archdruids to... maybe I should just take out Damping Sphere. I'm tempted. Yeah, I say we do it. I could draw a land that enters untapped and get Carnage Tyrant. Oh, whoa. I don't even know what to press.
I am inevitable.
This is perfection. I got the Sunken plus I top decked the T-Rex, which I could play because I listened to my gut. I know Thunderblade. Oh, they're making me discard a card. Oh man. Whatever should I get rid of? Look at that, Thoughtseize. We definitely take out Liliana of the Veil. No question about it. Hopefully preserving T-Rex and Carnage Tyrant. I like that. I like that quite a bit. I actually forgot, just as I said it, we stopped Liliana's -2, but so we could have attacked. Should have attacked. Or they might just be dead. Hopefully they, with the 4 black mana they make temporarily, that's not going to do me in. Oh boy. Extinction Event does pack a punch for sure, but we're still left with Carnage Tyrant. That is a very good thing. Hopefully see a Vaultborn Tyrant here at some point, but yeah. If I hadn't forgot about that point, oh, it would have been perfect. Oh, Archdruid's Charm. I could maybe kill him. Close. Everybody's going to block. If two things block, we get him. I think it's going to be an investigator and a zombie. We'll shoot the investigator. Oh, that's pretty good. Pretty good. But this is better. Poof. Looky there. Dead. Oh. You ever seen that before? Some of you may have seen a similar scenario, but that's not the first time I've done it, and I think some of you have persevered through those situations. Oh, absolutely. I gotta admit, Thunderblade, I'm just happy it's finally gotten to a very refined point. Colt, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. New good cards, 100%. I made a couple videos about it, but I'm always happy to go over it and just relish in that. I think I mulliganed for it. No. I mulliganed 3 times. I kept a hand with 4 cards, including Leyline, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh, nuts. Absolutely nuts. Just as nice turning off pretty much everything the opponent is doing, but Colt will get into the deck. There's not too much that stood out. No absolute instant inclusion that I need from Bloomborough. Nothing that makes it absolutely better. Once we get there. Patchwork Banner. Just want to increase. You get the idea. And the list as always in the description, but Patchwork increasing all dinosaurs because we're always choosing dinosaur. Making the tokens from Regisaur and Palani's 4 power. So it's further creatures and further triggers for Vaultborn. That stood out to me. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I think most people know what Patchwork does, but mostly it is Patchwork and Glarb Calamity's Augur too. Yeah, it's weird I can't right click and highlight it, but that's it. Oh, what is Glarb? Okay. I'll move Glarb to the side. It is really strange, yeah, when you hover, it would highlight it. So Glarb, Sultai colors, black, green, and blue. And there's another frog, Helga, Skittish Seer. They care about stuff with a mana value 4 or greater, and I naturally play a lot of stuff that meets that requirement. I can look at the top card, I can play lands and big costly things from the top, which is what I want to do. Consistency is king. And then there's also Surveil, so it's basically play your entire deck off the top of your library, because the majority of the deck is a land or something with a mana value 4 or greater. So it made perfect sense other than the mana cost, and certainly seems still pretty easy to meet that requirement. I don't have trouble getting to the 1 blue or 1 black, and I just love, as I've mentioned before, the overall package of Glarb Death Touch. Looking at the top, playing stuff, possibly if something on the top I don't like, I can switch that based on searching. Sylvan Scrying, I search for land, I put it into my hand. That shuffles the library and it changes what's on top, potentially making it into something good. And I could have a 2 extra mana if the game has gone on long and Glarb is out. Boom, I see another forest on top. I want to switch it and maybe get a Vaultborn. So I go with Sylvan, change it up. Perfect. I do buy packs, absolutely, Colt, but I am spoiled 100% because I play one deck so well all the time. There's nothing I desperately need. It's not often something like Glarb comes along that I really want to try. But every so often I do run out of rare or mythic wild cards. Yeah, that's about it. As I get gold, I spend it. 10 packs usually, just so I get a golden pack from one of the most recent sets. I try to get the golden pack and get extra value from buying stuff. Thunder Junction was lovely. I spent a lot on Thunder Junction, especially to get the Vaultborn Tyrant. That was That was like almost instantaneous. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel bad spending my gold just because I know I have everything I need. Everything and then some. If you want to see me try something I might have already, I actually might have redeemed it, but I'd be up for trying something perhaps a little bit different. Spend a few wild cards, something that's a rare. Maybe I don't have a single copy, and I have 10 rare wild cards right now. Something wacky. I'm splashing for Glarb, so it can't really get much more wacky than that. Guess it could, but yeah, it's like 4-color dino, and I make it work. Beautiful. Actually, I need a drink. It's getting hot. Computer heats up the spare room that I'm at. Pretty bad. Dino Frog. 100%. And Jurassic Park, the point was reminded to me that the dinosaurs, the DNA in Jurassic Park, it was combined with frogs just to complete the DNA chain. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. So a frog technically is a natural creature type fit to this deck. It's meant to be. No. Speaking of meant to be, Thoughtseize, even though it is painful, as we've witnessed tonight, you just gotta stay positive and get there. Would be nice to go Sylvan Scrying, but Commune gonna dig, maybe get a Sunken. Well, we do need a land, that's for sure. Absolutely. 100% cold. Blood on the Snow. The sweep and based. Oh, mono black Snow Waste Knot. Well, that's that could still be dead. We grab and play another Sunken, but Blood on the Snow, based on the amount of snow mana they spent to play it, they can return a creature or a planeswalker from the graveyard to the battlefield, I think. Something like that. Yeah, I haven't seen Blood on the Snow too much. It is a sweeper. Snow Waste Knot. Mono Beast Knot. Ah, that's pretty cool. I like that too. But yeah, they could be mostly dead-ish, as long as they don't have exile-based removal. Vaultborn Tyrant is going to be fantastic value. Liliana, -2. Do it. I imagine they have removal for the token that Vaultborn Tyrant becomes, but at least I'm gaining a bunch of life, drawing a couple cards, and the opponent is using up resources to stop this. I'm not bitter that the opponent used Bitter Triumph. I do like seeing Glarb. Sadly, I don't have a black or a blue even, but at least I do have Palani's Hatcher, hoping they don't have Fatal Push. Cross your fingers, cross your fingers. Oh, nothing has paused. That probably indicates no Fatal Pushes in their hands. Beautiful. Oh, it makes me feel a lot more comfortable that Liliana has gone down. Ooh, it's Sylvan Scrying as well. We do really want to start getting to the black and blue for good buddy Glarb. Zagoth Triome makes the most sense. It is both of those types, so that's good. Might as well attack with Palani's Hatcher. If Sheoldred wanted to trade with it, perfectly fine by me. But they might just take the damage. We've got to try and keep that life down. Huh, really? Ooh, man, that would have been amazing. A Palani's Hatcher trading with a Sheoldred. I'll take that any day. Especially because I've cracked both eggs now. Both could double block Sheoldred. They're not going to attack into the 2 tokens. I can tell you that much. Oh, and a Regisaur Alpha to boot. Well, well, well. Question becomes, do I want Ruthless Aggression? Yes, yes I do. It's pretty... Oh, okay. Shieldred does trade with it. Interesting. I thought... Okay, good. Shieldred trades with Regisaur. Oh, it's a... Maybe not. Huh. I don't mind too much. I took them down a good chunk. Still have quite a few creatures and... Well, they don't have a whole lot. Castle Lochtwain, well... Oh, this could be death. If they don't have removal. I can play any creature in the top 5. Oh, speaking of any creature. And also, if I don't have the mana for Glarb, I just put it out. I can't really play a whole lot, and... But yeah, boom, Ribbit, Kroken. The opponent's going to be Kroken because they're choking on all this damage. Got him. Huh.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Get glarbed. Oh, okay. It's settled. Colt. Glarb is already a fun thing to say, but I like that. I like that. This format doesn't have Modern Horizons 3. Explorer does mirror Pioneer as much as possible. At the end of this year, apparently we're getting tournament level Pioneer. All the cards not added to Explorer yet that feature often in tournament level Paper Pioneer or on Magic the Gathering Online. But yeah, just mirrors Pioneer. Don't have Modern Horizons 3, although there is quite a few good cards from that well, they could make Dinosaurs better. However, what makes this deck better against that deck? Leyline of Sanctity. Again, we did get the job done without it, but it may not happen again. Would be kind of cool to possibly finish off the night with a back-to-back Waste Not match. Ooh. Love it. I don't love that hand, though. Not even one of these is a castle or a sunken. Okay. Technically better. One more time. Okay, wow, that's the keeper. Wow. Not seeing Leyline of Sanctity whatsoever. That's painful. I've considered mainboarding Leyline. I've actually done it before. Thunderblade to good effect. Mono Black Waste Not was very popular. For whatever reason, it dropped off a decent bit. Maybe it's back now. Zagoth Triome, good stuff. I will be able to make 6 on turn 4 at the moment. I guess not. Darn. That might draw. Oh, well. I can't make 6 on turn 4. I can make 7. Archdruid searches and puts a sunken out, so poof. All of a sudden. Yeah. I could use the Great Henge Kiora as well. It doesn't feel as necessary. The Great Henge, I would have to have big stuff out to make the Great Henge cheap and playable. But then by that point, if I have the big stuff, I'm already in a pretty good position. Sometimes I'm playing Tyrranax Rex on turn 4, Ghalta on turn 5, and yeah, all of a sudden, there doesn't seem like a good moment to get the Great Henge down and get value, and Great Henge sometimes just doesn't help much at all. Ooh, don't really need the Zagoth Triome. You know what? I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to discard it to get something different at the end of the opponent's turn. Yeah, 100%. Okay, well, I guess that's it. I can make 7 mana. I could cycle, get rid of it. I could draw a creature, which I would have had to get rid of. A creature that I could have played. So now I might get to play it. Oh, well, don't get to play that, but I thought they might have some sort of discard thing. Oh. I have no creature to sacrifice. That's pretty interesting. What is this opponent doing? I don't remember the last time I've seen the... Oh, well. Oh, looky there. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. It is a little bit unfortunate. I mean, a go blank 3 mana to make me get rid of 1 card is not the end of the world. It is kind of funny. They played it into me having no creatures. Now they've missed the sacrifice portion, the first part of the Eldest Reborn. Make me sacrifice Vaultborn? Fine. That's okay. That's okay. Okay. That's fine by me. It's actually very good. I want Vaultborn to die. I get a copy of it. You can't fatal push it. They may think they're able to. It's not the case. Okay, we'll deal a little bit of damage. Finally, after a quarter of the way through the deck, I've found the first copy of... Oh, yeah, okay, that is bad. I should have read the Eldest Reborn. But again, like I was saying, it's been so long since I've seen it, I didn't even bother reading the third part. They put the Vaultborn that died... yeah, they put it onto the battlefield. Yeah. I'm not going to make that mistake again. Ouch. They're going to make me sacrifice Vaultborn, aren't they? Okay, this is probably it, I would imagine. Oof. Pain and suffering. Something good. Ghalta. Oh, okay. That is how it goes, and that is part of the point that I don't like Leyline. It does help me win. It basically guarantees me a win in some cases when I see it in my opening hand, but when you don't, it really just completely messes things up. High risk, high reward. Yeah. I think it's worth it for me. It's just so overwhelmingly powerful against this particular deck, and perhaps any other deck that has shenanigans where they try to target their opponent and kill him with some wacky combo. But that hand, I only had to get to game 3. I only had to mulligan so hard that I went to the 3rd game to get what I wanted. Now they probably lose. We grab Castle, play it next turn, search for a Sunken, possibly play Vaultborn or T-Rex. If I draw land this turn, or the turn... Oh, well, okay, so they lose. Well, I'm glad I sung the praises of Leyline. Maybe it just, it worked out. Watch them have a bunch of discard in their hand. This never gets old. Oh, if you have trouble with discard opponents, just play Leyline. Don't even have white sources. I don't have any white in my deck when I get there. Yeah. Hopefully Vaultborn draws a land or Ghalta. That's going to change what I search for with Archdruids. Play Liliana. Do it. Or Sheoldred's Edict. Anything that gets me more card draw for you-know-who. Okay, Graveyard Trespasser is definitely not going to be it. Okay. I'm just going to play another T-Rex. Play a big thing. Let's not mess around. Ruthless aggression. No funny business. Hopefully it's not Extinction Event. Good. It was good game. Hostile Investigator. I really should spice it up with other laughs, but literally, Hostile Investigator was 4 for a 4/3 that it does nothing. It's basically a vanilla creature. That's like alpha or beta level power. 4 for a 4/3. There we are. And a mythic vanilla 4 for a 4/3. If that doesn't show the power of a ley line, I don't know what does. Yeah. And it's a very cheap enchantment too. I would highly recommend just go to your local game store, order it from your favorite retailer. Pretty cheap. You have it in your back pocket if you're going down to your game store. You have an opponent who's playing a sort of discard deck and you don't tell them you have this. Surprise them once and make them question their deck choice. This particular type of deck has made so many opponents helpless, so it's lovely to give them back a taste of their own medicine. Definitely warranted for sure. Also because we would lose in a lot of cases if we didn't have it out. Yeah, that's what you get. Yeah, throw out another nice and a good game. Oh boy.
Don't push it. Don't push it, I'll give you a word you won't believe.
Beautiful. Okay. Well, I'm nicely up to 2. I could probably fly into Diamond if I wanted. I'm definitely going to get there earlier, and when I come back, I might be in Mythic, perhaps. I'm going to try and, again, maybe record standalone matches, see if there's good examples, record some off-the-cuff information, a mini deck tech, and talking about cards, schedule them for hopefully a day. Every day next week, we'll see. We'll see about that. Yeah, good stuff all around. Colt, Thunderblade, Commander Crane, 5 Ways, Heaven, Squad Painter. Nice chatting with you. JDX, Chaos Gaming, and anybody else watching right now, later on, have a good rest of your night to get some good rest. Have a good rest of your, whenever it is, wherever it is. Maybe I need some rest. Okay. Peace. Have a good one. I don't know what to press.
Got the